طويل الشوق يبقى في اغترابي.
Hello, welcome to Midlands Today with Suzanne Verdi and Michael Colley.
The headlines tonight.
Praise from the Prime Minister and the Chief Constable for the calming words of a grieving father. Desperate his son's murder doesn't lead to more violence and rioting.
Those words were so powerful, so heartfelt, so spontaneous and generous.
A quiet night on the streets last night, but a busy one for the courts. They sat all night to bring those accused of looting and violence to justice.
Meanwhile, some stores and businesses tonight still close early again.
It's a bit eerie walking around and seeing other shops like this.
And after the riots, the Home Office considers banning an EDL protest. Shopkeepers in Shropshire prepare for the worst.
Good evening, welcome to Midlands Today from the BBC. Tonight, it was a powerful and generous appeal for calm. That's how the West Midlands Chief Constable described a grieving father's appeal for an end to the violence following the killing of his son. He also said he believes Tariq Jahan's dignified call for calm had stopped the tensions escalating.
Haroon Jahan was killed in a hit-and-run along with brothers Shahzad Ali and Abdul Musavir in Winson Green in Birmingham early yesterday morning. It was feared their murders, as they tried to protect businesses and properties from looters, could ignite more violence and rioting. Mary Rhodes reports.
The tributes keep coming. Members of the community and people from outside the area continue to pay their respects to the three men who lost their lives on Wednesday morning.
I feel it bad, and
You seem very emotional about it.
yeah. Yeah. Nothing is getting over this.
We just hope that everybody unites together. It doesn't matter what colour, whatever, because this is a loss for no reason.
Three innocent people. It's just amazing that this sort of thing's happening. We've obviously just come to just show respect to the family.
Two brothers, Shahzad Ali and Abdul Musavir, and 21-year-old Haroon Jahan were killed after they were hit by a car. The Chief Constable of West Midlands Police, Chris Sims, met with Haroon's father this lunchtime. Yesterday, Tariq Jahan had appealed for calm.
Today, we stand here to plead with all the youth to remain calm, for our communities to stand united.
Those words were so powerful, so heartfelt, so spontaneous and generous that I think anyone that heard them must have been moved, and certainly anyone that felt that there was any mileage from continuing a cycle of violence in the name of those young men that died, I think would have thought twice about it.
It seems the call has, so far, been listened to. A vigil held late last night passed off peacefully.
Sikhs and Muslims have been branded always for many years since I remember as extremists and terrorists. Yet there was more than 500 people here. There was not one stone thrown. Where was the extremism? The hooliganism and the extremism and terrorism was running around the UK.
You put a question to the Chief Constable today. What did you ask him? What did he say?
I said to him, was that how many more people have to die before this hooliganism comes to an end? And he responded back by saying, we are working very hard at this, and soon it will come to an end.
At prayers this afternoon, a brother was left grieving.
And I'm just the one son left now. I'm the oldest and I'm the backbone of the family. So I have to be strong in myself and not, breaking pieces. And I'm trying to break, pieces that are broken. I'm gluing them back together and, making it whole again.
The sense of shock is still very raw in Winson Green, a community united in grief.
And we'll be hearing more from Chief Constable Chris Sims when he joins us live later in the programme. First, though, Mary Rhodes is in Winson Green now. Mary, have there been any developments tonight?
Yes, Michael, detectives investigating the deaths of the three men killed here have today arrested three more men on suspicion of murder, and the 32-year-old man previously arrested has been bailed pending further inquiries. Well, the mood all day here has been one of sorrow and grief, and more people have been coming to lay wreaths and pay their respects. Family members have been down here this afternoon and meeting with the community, and gathering a lot of support from all members of the community. And when I was down here today, I was struck that there were people coming from outside Winson Green, and just that general sense of shock and grief and wanting to unite as a community. And it seems as though that call from Tariq Jahan for calm has certainly been heeded, and the hope here and in the wider community is that that will also be apparent tonight, and there will be a second night of calm as the community is still deeply united in grief.
Mary Rose in Winson Green. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Suzanne Verdi. Welcome to Midlands Today, this Thursday lunchtime. Coming up, prayers and a peace vigil held overnight at the scene where 3 men were mown down and killed as they tried to protect businesses from looters.
Muslims and Sikhs coming together and showing a united front and not to cause any kind of aggression or violence.
After the riots, courts sit through the night to deal with defendants charged with violence and looting. And in other news, Blues owner Carson Young is denied bail to travel to Birmingham by a Hong Kong court. Good afternoon. In the last few minutes, the Chief Constable of West Midlands Police has praised the father of one of 3 men killed in a hit-and-run as they tried to protect businesses from looters. Chris Sims made the comments during a visit to the scene of the triple murder in the Winson Green area of Birmingham on Tuesday night. 2 brothers, Shazad Ali and Abdul Musavir, and 21-year-old Haroon Jahan were killed after they were hit by a car. Well, Mary Rose is at the scene for us now. So, Mary, what exactly has the Chief Constable been saying at lunchtime?
Well, Suzanne, the Chief Constable paid a tribute to the family and to the community. He met with family just around the corner from here, and then he made a short trip just round to the petrol station here, where he spoke to the media and he talked about how the tribute that he would pay to the family and the community.
An awful lot of work was done yesterday by the communities across Birmingham, but I think most of us would see that the intervention that he felt able to make, which was one of the most powerful, generous and far-sighted interventions that I think I've ever seen, at the moment of absolute grief and devastation, I think that was a decisive intervention in terms of Birmingham not suffering the sort of tension and violence between communities. Obviously, all of that is backed up by a strong police presence, and we will be keeping that strong police presence on the streets throughout this period.
Well, people have continued to turn up here to lay flowers and tribute. It was also the scene of a vigil that took place last night, and that was organised by Harpreet Singh, who joins me now. Mr Singh, thank you for taking the time to come and talk to me. Why did you organise the vigil last night?
Well, my motive for arriving first thing first was that I pay my condolences and respect to the families who have lost their sons. Right? A brother lost 2 brothers, a mother lost a son, a father lost a son. And secondly, I want to stand here and in a defiance, as a message that we stand together, united as a community. The majority of people here were Sikhs and Muslims alike. That we stand here in defiance against the hooliganism, but in a manner that is non-violent, in full cooperation.
And just briefly, you wanted to put a question to the Chief Constable. What did you ask him and what did he say?
Well, I did put a question forward, and I asked him a simple question was, how many more people have to die before this hooliganism comes to an end?
And what was his answer?
We are dealing with this, and I responded back saying 3 days ago we contacted the Scotland Yard and also the Lloyd's House in Birmingham, and we said to them that we are willing, the Sikhs are willing to put X amount of numbers in these prime location spots so that we can help you with physical presence to also pin them down so you can arrest them. It was refused.
Harpreet Singh, many thanks. We have to leave it there. And the 32-year-old man that has been arrested and questioned today, the police have been given a further 12 hours to question him in relation to the death of the 3 men that were killed here. Back to you, Suzanne.
Mary Rose, thank you.
Well, both party leaders pay tribute to Tariq Jahan, whose son Haroon was killed by a car in the disturbances in Birmingham on Tuesday night. This morning, Mr Jahan sent another direct message to those involved in the trouble.
I've lost my family, you know. I don't know how to explain to people, you know. I've already said to you, if you value your children, keep them at home, keep them off the streets, you know, to parents. And to the kids, if you're listening to a grey-bearded old fella that you have no respect for, then try and understand this. When you're my age, you will look back at your lives and think how stupid you were.
طويل الشوق يبقى في اغترابي فقير في الحياة من الصحاب ومن يأمنك يا دنيا الدواهي تدوسين المصاحب بالتراب وأعجب من مريدك وهو يدري بأنك في الورى أم العجاب ولولا أن لي معنى جميلا لبعت المكتفيها بالذهاب طويل الشوق يبقى في اغترابي فقير في الحياة من الصحاب ومن يأمنك يا دنيا الدواهي تدوسين المصاحب بالتراب وأعجب من مريدك وهو يدري بأنك في الورى أم العجاب ولولا أن لي معنى جميلا لبعت المكتفيها بالذهاب رأيت الله في ذا الكون ربا جميع الكائنات له تحابي شواهد أنه فرد جليل على رغم المجاهر بالكلاب رأيت الله في ذا الكون ربا جميع الكائنات له تحابي شواهد أنه فرد جليل على رغم المجاهر بالكلاب تأمل قدرة الرحمن وانظر سيهديك التأمل للصواب ومد الطرف في كل النواحي سؤالك سوف يرجع بالجواب طويل الشوق يبقى في اغترابي فقير في الحياة من الصحاب ومن يأمنك يا دنيا الدواهي تدوسين المصاحب بالتراب وأعجب من مريدك وهو يدري بأنك في